Most men don't break because they're weak. They break because their identity was built on a single layer. And when that layer fails, the whole man collapses. That was me. I'm Brian, a former associate pastor. I've served in everything from small churches to mega churches. After 30 plus years, I lost my title and wound up driving a big rig. So I've been there. Those men who face job loss, divorce, retirement often crash in those moments. And when they do, you don't just lose a title, you lose your sense of self. Most guys think they're grieving the loss when they're actually grieving the void where their identity used to be. Therefore, I'm going to give you a 3-layer framework to fix this. It explains every identity crash you ever had and exactly how to rebuild so you'll know what's happening and never collapse again. I know this model works because, as I mentioned, I had to live it. For over 30 years, my identity was the hallway, the church office, and the title. That was layer 1. And then one day, everything changed. I didn't just change jobs. I had a real world identity crash. Kept asking my wife who I was. I had to learn in the cab of that truck how to work through these layers of identity or be destroyed by the loss of the old one. Let me start with the first layer. Most men live in this layer, and it's the label identity. This is who the world says you are. You're the VP, you're the husband, you're the provider. These labels feel solid because they're measurable and visible. But here's the danger. This layer is entirely dependent on things you cannot control. As 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, what is seen is temporary. When the job goes, the provider label vanishes. When the marriage ends and the husband label breaks, if your foundation is temporary, your peace will be too. To find something that doesn't shake, we have to go deeper. Let's go one layer deeper. Layer 2, internal identity. This is the story you tell yourself when the engine is off and the world is quiet. It's phrases like, I'm resilient, or more often after a crash, I'm a failure. This layer dictates your confidence and your emotional stability. But this layer is fragile. Trauma distorts it, loss rewrites it. When I transitioned from the platform to the pavement, the voice in my head didn't say you're a driver. It said, you're a mistake. But Romans 12:2 gives us the key. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This proves that your thoughts are not your identity, they're your internal weather. And just like the weather, they can change. Once you realize your thoughts are a pattern and not a prison, you become rebuildable. Before we get to the last layer, if this is hitting home, subscribe. I also have a link below to my site with several free resources. And if you're currently wondering or ready, information about my coaching is there as well. Here's the third layer, the deepest and only secure layer. We reach the layer that cannot collapse. The third layer is biblical identity. This is who God says you are. Before you ever clock in or say a word, it's being chosen, loved, forgiven, God's workmanship, God's label. Most men were never taught to live from this layer. They were taught to earn a seat at the table that God has already provided. In Matthew 3:17, God says, this is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased. Speaking of Jesus. Notice the order though. The beloved comes before the ministry. The favor comes before the performance. There is no earning, only being. When I was in that truck, stripped of my title and my significance, this was the only layer left standing, and it became enough. When layer 3 becomes your primary foundation, your identity becomes unshakable. You aren't arrogant, you aren't fearful, and you aren't passive. You're finally anchored. If you feel like your identity is crashed, it's not because you're a failure, it's because you're building on the wrong layer. It's time to move from the labels the world gave you to the truth God has given you. I'm here to help you. If this helped, click subscribe and the like button. Share it with someone who might benefit. Let me know in the comments how I can help you further through this platform.